Greetings viewers, Eric the Car Guy, also known as ETCG1 on this channel. If it is your birthday, happy birthday. What do you want to talk about? How about we talk about my toolbox? I've had it for almost a year now, and I'll talk about my feelings towards it. I know that a lot of you feel I spent a lot of money on it, and I did, but I spent half the money that it was worth. I suppose it's only worth what somebody pays for it. But that being said, I thought I'd talk a little bit about my toolbox and give you a little tour 1 year later. This is my Snap-on 1023 toolbox. I got it last year, the purchase price of $6,700. And you may say, hey, that's a lot of money, but if you bought this new from Snap-on, which it was in new condition, I'll post a link in the description to the video when I got it. With this stainless steel top, which is an extra $1,000, this whole toolbox comes out to about $13,000. And yes, I got it virtually brand new. In fact, the little mats and pads weren't even in it when I got it. They were still rolled up in the bottom drawer as if you'd bought it brand new. That was a deal I couldn't pass up. But anyway, let's go through the drawers. All right, top drawer, and not everything is in it at the moment. I'm currently doing some work on the Fairmont, so there's some tools and stuff around. But that being said, there's a whole lot of red in here now. I've made friends with Milwaukee, and I'm kind of happy about that because they've sent me a lot of this stuff and replaced my old Sawzall, which was getting a little worn out. But I've managed to work this out. Like electric tools are all over here, and then pneumatic tools are in this area is how I've set that up. And these are my torque sticks. They seem to be happy in that location. Also, this is the top part here. And all the stuff I'm keeping, you know, a couple of chargers and that sort of thing. But the one, okay, I'll call it a complaint, that I have about the box is that the sliders in the drawers, it seemed to me like they should move like butter, and they don't. Now, it's colder today, and that may have something to do with it, but they also sometimes make noise. Of course, that one doesn't make any noise, but I think you've heard it on this one. No. There it is, a little bit. There, it had a little bit there. Now, I talked to Snap-on about this, and the noise is coming from the sliders over here, and I asked them if there was some sort of lubricant that I could use, and they said, do not use any lubricant. If you do, it voids the warranty. The only thing they say about lubrication on these tracks is replace the tracks. They're Snap-on, of course they would say something like that, but I haven't done that. I can put up with a little bit of noise. The wrench drawer, some new additions here, ratcheting long wrenches, that sort of thing. We'll go down this side. Ratch still live here. I'm going to put his name up on the screen right now because it's not coming to me at the moment. But a viewer changed all his handles out for green handles. The handles on some of my tools, my Snap-on tools, he noticed was a little worn out. And so when he changed his, he just sent me his old ones. Dude, you're awesome. Thank you. So I've got to go through the trouble of swapping these over. Maybe that might be a nice video. I might do that. The plier drawer is still the same, and you can sort of hear that noise now and again. But once again, cold weather seems to, you know, bring it out more. More pliers. The electrical drawer. Honestly, I don't use a whole lot of tools in here except for my Fluke. This is more like a backup and a battery tester. Well, where's my Midtronics? I got this Midtronics battery tester now, so this little guy here has become somewhat obsolete. But anyway, electrical drawer with stuff. Big tools. The only new addition here is this guy from Astro. And this is another crimper because my old crimper pooped out on me. I crimped so much when I did the wiring on the Fairmont that I literally wore it out. Maybe that's a tool review right here. I'm not sure. And I keep wanting to do tool reviews again, but I just never seem to find the time. Or I just never seem to think of it. Finding the time, that's probably the wrong way to say it. New addition here would be this little ratcheting screwdriver deal. I gave one of these away, or a couple of those away not too long ago. Like I said, not everything is in here. 1/4 inch stuff. Also some new, these are neat. These are like ratcheting line wrenches. Focus. You want to focus. Well, this is a ratcheting line wrench, and I use this in the Odyssey power steering rack replacement video. But yeah, these are neat. So you can get out around something, but you can ratchet. so cool. Anyway, happy to have those. Always like my beta tools. This is no longer really being used. I use this to make fuel lines for the Fairmont, but instead I'm using my bandsaw, which works really well. Somebody said that this was lined up to be a swatch sticker. Give me a break. But my T-handles, you know I love my T-handles. Socket drawer, this is a bit more organized. I got some new socket rails. I'll put links in the description to them because those socket rails are actually really nice. As you can see, have helped with the organization. Although I didn't quite have enough for everything, and sometimes these guys fall over, but for the most part, it feels a lot more secure and a lot less stuff is flopping around in here, which I like. I don't like my tools flopping around, messing up my nice toolbox, because I really like my toolbox. I like it a lot. And I'm always fiddling with it, trying to make it just a little bit better. I also went to Snap-on and Matco and everybody and got replacement tools for my broken stuff. Finally, I just pretty much did that online. I found Mac and Snap-on were really easy to work with. Matco was a little bit more difficult to get things done. But Mac and Snap-on, they were really easy. And then we have some more stuff, you know, just it's that drawer with stuff in it. And we'll go down this side. Sort of a miscellaneous, I don't want to call it a junk drawer because it's not junk. That guy. Ooh, the racing drawer. This is where, for my AN fittings and building the fuel lines and all that kind of stuff, which I kind of got into. I mean, you'd think it'd be difficult, but it's really not. Electrical stuff. I use this stuff in this drawer a lot, like all this. Use that a whole lot. And some weird diagnostic kind of stuff. Well, my vacuum gauge is how I tune the Fairmont. Works really good. And some more stuff for gluing in case stuff breaks. You've seen me break stuff, but I fix it. Gosh darn it, I fix it. Gloves, some more junk. Things like that in here, some Roloc discs. Drills, drill bits, all that drilling stuff. In that drawer, torque wrenches. I moved this pipe wrench out into here just because it was easier that way. But this guy here, the Powerbuilt torque wrench, is kind of one I use the most these days. It's a beam type. And then thread repair, all kinds of stuff for repairing threads. Well, I hope you've enjoyed my revisiting of my toolbox tour. As far as how I feel about the toolbox, I absolutely love it, and I wonder how I could have lived without it. And I'm already getting to the point where I filled it up to where I feel like, you know, I either need to clean some stuff out or get a bigger toolbox. I'm not getting a bigger toolbox. This is the last toolbox I will buy. I don't feel any need to replace it with anything because it has served my needs very well. It is, I love it. Every time I come in here, I look at it, and it's one of the things I see. And for me, and I talked about this a little bit in does a new toolbox make you a better technician? For me, I find that I work differently, and I find that I take care of my tools differently. And you know, that's something after a period of years, you know, maybe I got a little complacent, and plus, you know, working out of a $400 toolbox for, you know, 17 years or whatever, how long it was, that had run its course. So this reinvigorated my interest, and you know, I feel really good about it. I don't feel the least bit bad about it. I don't feel bad about the money I spent on it. In fact, I'm fairly confident that if and when I'm ever done with this and I decide to sell it, if it doesn't end up to one of my kids, that I will get pretty close to what I paid for it at that time. I'm happy, and I'll put links in the description to stuff if you're interested in that. I'll also put a link in the description to ericthecarguy.com, which is where I ask you to go if you have automotive questions. Aside from that, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Subscribe if you like also. And like the video. Do all those things that people ask you to do to help support ETCG1. I appreciate it. Be safe, have fun, stay dirty. I'll see you next time.